Hello everyone, my name's Grace, or you probably know me as Harmonious Trait on Instagram. These are just some mock-up screenies I took of my new reshade for season 6. In my writing process, I'm currently getting ready to write out summaries for season 6 and then hopefully be able to start making posts for it. I'm really ahead, pretty much done with season 5. And I'm going to try not to spoil anything for season 6 in this video, but I thought it'd be fun just to be with all the characters and create a sim. And I'm going to tell you how I really feel about all of them. Maybe talk about some CC. And just hang out with me, I guess. But I'm excited to just kind of talk about all of my characters. Because they've really developed over a span of like 6 or 7 years. And so let's go ahead and get into it. But this is my new reshade, just some sneak peeks of that. But we are going to start out with Miss Alexis Van Horn, which I know all of you definitely hate. I think I've already told you guys on Instagram that she is coming back in season 5. That has not happened yet, but she is coming back eventually. For season 6, I wanted to give her kind of a softer look. She's always kind of gone for like the bad girl, like baddie appeal, I guess you could say. But for season 6, I wanted to give her like more of a softer look, and I thought this hair was definitely looser, not as done, like more natural looking. But Alexis, I have a love-hate relationship for her. Like, I kind of love that she's a villain. Like, I definitely need, like, the villains, like, especially for season 3, like, for Brooke and Connor, I kind of needed a few, like, villains for that. But she will have a little bit of a redemption arc. We'll see if you guys actually consider it redemption, but, I do think she's a really beautiful sim, and I really just created her to, kind of create drama and, make things difficult for my favorite Sims. But she is probably, I think, one of the prettiest Sims I've ever made. And so, um, yeah, I don't know. Here she is. Here's some of her screenshots. Definitely more of a softer look, more of softer fashion sense. As you're going to see throughout this video, I'm only doing one outfit, mainly because I go into create a sim before I take all my screenshots anyways, so there's really no point in me making all these outfits for them right now. Plus, I just have so many characters, so I kind of need to just like keep it chill. Next, we're doing Mason. You'll also see I'm not really changing much. A lot of their eyebrows got messed up. I think I accidentally deleted stuff. I started new with CC for season 6. I had the same custom content for both season 4 and season 6, or season 5, sorry. And I just started realizing me just using the same, like, custom content over and over and over again. So I was like, maybe I'll just delete stuff. So I deleted like all my outfits, tops, shoes, stuff like that. But as far as like genetic stuff, like or hair, like I'm pretty happy with my selection, so I didn't delete that kind of stuff. But downloaded all new like outfits. So hopefully I can get more of a variety. For Mason, I'm still going for like a kind of pop star look. I definitely love this hair. This hair is actually a Fortnite hair that they converted into Sims 4, which I think is so cool. And I really liked it on Mason. I used a lot of like, I think it's Darte 77, their custom content for Mason. Yeah, I just love the flowy hair on him. It looks really good. But yeah, he's kind of growing up a little bit, slowly but surely. Still has kind of the party animal vibe, but I think he looks really good. Next is Mr. McKnight, or Baylor. See, his eyebrows were messed up there, so I had to fix them. I kind of forgot what they looked like, but I think they work still. Baylor's always had like a very soft look. I'm very proud of him and just his character development ever since season 1. He was the cheater, the manipulator, the bad guy of season 1, definitely the season 1 villain. But he's definitely grown, into his own, and I love him in crop tops, so that's what I was trying to go for. But yeah, I'm just so proud of like the character development that I've written for him. It's definitely been more than I first anticipated. I had this storyline in my head like years before I started Simsta Sims on Instagram or whatever. But I never planned for him to have so much growth as a character. But I think like after really writing out the seasons and stuff like that, I was really able to give him character development that he deserved. So he's just going to keep growing. But next we have Courtney. I feel I'm kind of bummed because I feel like I haven't really gotten to show her a lot in, their high school years, seasons 1 through 3. She really, I don't know, was frustrated. She was a frustrating character. But for season 6, I wanted to kind of go back to those high school years a little bit in her style. In season 4 and 5, she kind of has that mom look for sure. But I think for season 6, she should kind of go back to like her preppy kind of feel. Oh, she just looks so pretty. I really like this makeover for her for season 6. I think it just really suits her, and it just reminds me of like season 2 Courtney, and I really love it. Kind of gives me some nostalgia, but I'm going to be able to feature her a lot in season 6, and I'm really excited about that. And of course we have the third member of our little family, Miss Marcy. She just looks so cute. I think in season 6 she's now like 8 years old, like turning 9. That's crazy. Like almost a decade has gone by in my story. Timing wise, Marcy's kind of the way I kind of keep up with time in my just her age helps me keep up with time in my story, but I want to give her more of a grown-up look, and I don't have a lot of child CC to be honest, but I think she looks so cute with this hair. It's very shiny, really suits her, but I'm gonna get to feature her a lot more in season 6 as well, and so I'm really excited, and maybe just maybe in the future I'll be able to do a Gen 2 and really grow her character. Next we have the first sibling of our Lewis clan, Mr. Griffin Lewis, who is the oldest Lewis sibling. Yeah. I wanted to give him, he's always kind of gone for that business look, but I kind of wanted to give him more of a grungy feel. And so I wanted him to grow more facial hair and grow out his hair a little bit. And I think it works. But, when I originally thought about Harmony, I was only going to feature him in season 1, and that was only for the Whitney Baylor storyline, the Baylor trying to get revenge on Griffin storyline, if you guys have read season 1, and I was only going to feature him then, but I realized he kind of needed, some redemption, what happened after he went to jail and stuff like that, and then I kind of loved the Leah Griffin idea, because I was originally gonna keep Leah with Brian, if you guys remember Brian, but I didn't like that, so we went with Griffin. There's his wedding ring, because him and Leah are married now, as you guys saw in season 4, but he's a great character, kind of the dad of the group. And next we have his lovely wife, Miss Leah Lewis now, used to be Leah Baxter. I had always kind of planned for her to be the manager of the Harmonies once they got famous, but I didn't really plan for her to have, for all the stuff with Brian to go on in her college years, or for stuff with Griffin to go on, and so I'm really happy with how things have gone, and her season 6 storyline is something I can really relate to, and so I'm really excited for her and Griffin storyline in season 6. I think it's going to be really special and just something we can relate to, and still kind of giving her that business look, because she's in the music industry and a manager for, the biggest pop group. But that's just Greenie, I think, is so stunning. But yeah, she just looks so good. I wanted to grow her hair out a little bit. Yeah, just give her more of a businesswoman appeal, and she really works it, I think. But I'm so excited to feature her in season 6. Next is actually a character I don't think you guys have met on my Instagram yet. This is Gabriel Hong, and he is going to be helping Whitney with her restaurant. He's gets hired as like her executive manager for her restaurant, which is called Deep Valley Bistro. And I didn't spend a lot of time on his makeover, but I kind of made this character just for fun, and then I fell in love with him, and I was like, I need to feature him in Harmony. And I was actually planning on having someone help Whitney with her restaurant, so this is him. You guys will be introduced to him sometime in season 5, and I'm really excited for it. I love his like aesthetic. I think it's so good. And yeah, I just love his little makeover. So cute. Next we have Mr. Alec. For season 5, so many of you DM'd me and were like, why does he have a man bun? And like, we're so angry. But I figured after his divorce with Harley, he should have like a little quarter life crisis. But we're shaving it back down for season 6 because he looks so much better. For season 5, I couldn't really fit a big storyline for Alec. As you know, he left the Harmonies after his divorce with Harley. But for season 6, he'll be featured a lot more, kind of helping the Harmonies in a way. But this character, I think, really helps with Harley's storyline, I think, especially with season 5 in a way. Like, you guys are going to kind of learn more about Harley and why she is the way she is. But I think especially in season 3, Alec really does Harley's character justice and kind of gives her some redemption, especially with what happened with Sean after season 2. But I really love him, and I'm excited to feature him more in season 6 as well. And next we have his divorcee, I don't know, Miss Harley Hudson. I really wanted to go drastic with her makeover. I think in season 3.5, the like short college years season for the time jump, I showed her with like pink hair. And I wanted to go for that again, so I wanted to try to color her hair, which I was like really excited about, which you'll see. I think her makeover is my favorite for season 6, I will not lie, but I wanted to kind of go a little drastic with her makeover. But she's my sim I don't really ever know what to do with. I will not lie. She, wasn't featured in season 1 much, but she's kind of the best friend of Brooke, but then kind of went haywire. I never know whether to make her the good guy or the villain. I never know. That's why it is such a roller coaster with her. But, she's on the fence. She's gone through a lot in her life, and she's just trying to figure herself out. And I think that's important to show. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that in season 6 too. Maybe more on the villain side again. Oops, sorry. But I love her makeover. She's just such a baddie, and I love it so much. I love that a lot of you guys love her too. But the unknown calls her Barbie, and so I thought for season 6 she should kind of poke fun and mock and kind of embrace that. So here's Miss Barbie, aka Harley Hudson, and she's kind of embracing it, and I think she's gonna go for kind of a punk style, punk/pink, style, I guess. And next we have Miss Tara Waters. I wanted to go for kind of a rock star feel for her. I wanted for season 6 to kind of dive into their like famous personas a little more. And so I think Tara's kind of the one of the harmonies that's kind of the rock star. She's the DJ mixer for them, so she produces a lot of their tracks. And I kind of wanted to like embrace that for her style. Guys, we're only halfway through good enough at this point, but it's gonna get so much better, and I'm really excited. I love that I've gotten to feature her in Gwen's short story a little more, and she's gonna be featured more in season 5 a lot with Harley, and some other characters, and I just love that I'm finally getting time to showcase her character, because I love that she's kind of unapologetic in how she talks to her friends. It's kind of like, dude, like, chill out. Like, she's just that kind of character, and I really love it. But I love the electric blue jacket on her. So I'm really excited for her, like, rock star style. She just looks so good. And I'm really excited for that. And next we have Miss Gwen Nelson. Okay, for season 6, I was like, Blair Waldorf, we have to give her a headband. And, you know, that hairstyle Brooke had season 3, so I was like, no, we'll go for something different. But she's getting a headband for sure. We're going full on Blair Waldorf for Gwen. She's always kind of had that preppy style, but for season 6, she's going full on preppy. And I'm so here for it. And Gwen, I have fallen even more in love with her, especially after making Good Enough, her short story on my second account. Her short story is really a good prep for her season 5 arc, and then we'll see even more of that arc kind of play out in season 6, and I'm really excited about it. I love her character in season 2 with her storyline with Keegan. If you guys have not read season 2, it's probably one of my favorites, just because of all of their storylines. I really loved, especially Gwen's. I just, again, kind of an unapologetic character at times, but she can also be kind of insecure, which I think is relatable. Guys, I also think Maddox, I never know how to possess Maddox's. Yeah, Maddox's, I'll just say Mads. Mads makeover is so good. He looks like a young Derek Shepherd, and I think it's just that wavy hair. But, oops, I think I paused. But, I think his character, is really going to shine, especially in season 7, which I know is a while, but it's really going to shine. And I'm trying to think, I'm not sure if I'll feature it in Harmony or if it'll be a short story, but he's been cute, you guys know, but I think right now he's just hot. Like, Maddox just went full on hot for season 6, in my opinion, but I think he's just such a bean, and I love him. And here's Mr. Corey. Corey's always kind of had the very grown look, with lots of facial hair. So I thought we'd keep his hair long, but maybe shave down the facial hair a little bit. I love his tattoo he got during the college years. I think it's simple, but still, like, very complex in a way. But yeah, I think Corey's kind of at a crossroads right now in the story, and where, you know, his boyfriend is famous, but he's like trying to live a normal life for himself. You know, he was the star quarterback at Foxbury Institute during the college years, and then he just kind of dropped off. You know, he graduated and had nothing else for him. He is still very into acting, And we will kind of revisit that storyline. In high school he was very into acting and, had an audition. That's kind of how him and Maddox connected. But in season 6 or 7, I'm not really sure yet when I'll have time, but we'll kind of revisit that acting storyline of his, and I'm really excited about that, but I like his new look. And next we have our first twin, Mr. Nathan. Nathan and Sean are from Sulani, and so I wanted to kind of give him an island boy vibe, give him a new tattoo. But if you made it this far in the video, I will treat you with a spoiler. But the next short story after Gwen's Good Enough on my second account will be Nathan. It will focus on Nathan and just his journey to find love. I'm really excited about that because I haven't been able to feature the twins a lot other than like Nathan and Sean's storyline in season 2. So yeah, I originally had Nathan and Sean getting famous in season 4, but I fell in love with Keegan and Maddox too much, so I decided to kind of cancel the twins in a way and kind of postpone them. But there's Nathan, and I think next we're doing Sean. Yep. And I wanted to give Sean more of a boho kind of style for season 6. The short story is going to feature Nathan's story primarily, but obviously because Sean is its twin, Sean will be in it too. But Sean is going to have a storyline in season 6, which I'm really excited about. It will kind of be introduced in the season 5 finale, but in season 6 we're going to get to feature him a lot, which we haven't gotten to do since season 2, so I'm really excited for his storyline, and I just love his style so much, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it too because it's just so good. But I put the twins through a lot in season 2, so I'm very excited to give them some sort of like happiness or happy ending in a way, kind of introducing their end games in either their short story or in harmony. I don't really know yet, but I'm excited to continue that. And next we have Miss Whitney, and I kind of struggled with her makeover a little because I wanted to cut her hair again. In season 2 and 3 she had like a short bob, but I feel like I've kind of exhausted all of the short hairstyles in my game, and so we cut her hair, but it's not like very short, which is okay. But I also really love Whitney's character development. I think when I first had Harmony in mind, she wasn't as big of a deal. When I first wrote out like seasons 1 through 7, she gets back together with Baylor like so many times. And I think she ends up like dating Sean. But in season 3, I kind of changed my mind and I felt like I really exhausted the Whitney Baylor storyline. And so I kind of got her together with Keegan, and I was planning to break them up at the end of season 3 and like never have them get back together. But I was so surprised with how much people loved them, and I loved them too, so we're kind of continuing that Whitney-Keegan storyline, which I really think has helped with her character development as well as Keegan's, and so I'm excited to get that going, but she's always had this very like soft, preppy but elegant style to her, and we're just going to keep that going because it looks so good on her. But here she is, as beautiful and radiant as ever. But I'm excited to feature more of her and Brooke's friendship. I think after kind of the Brooke-Harley fallout, Whitney becomes an important friend to Brooke, and I'm excited to showcase that more. And next we have Mr. Keegan, whose hair makeover, I always try to change his hair, but I can never find something that I like for him. It's always like the same 2 hairs that go back and forth with for him. It's that one right there, and then the one that we end up with, I always go back and forth with, because I never know. But his style's never really changed, which I think is okay. You know, he's like a simple man when it comes to his style. Like, he likes things to be kind of basic, because he thinks it looks good. So yeah, I loved that yellow belt. I think it just worked. But Keegan's actually a character I had originally planned only to feature in seasons 2 and 3. But I fell in love with him so much that I had to continue. And I'm so glad that I am. He frustrates me in a way. Just his storyline. Especially in season 5 right now. I just posted that today. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. But I think it's just becoming part of his storyline. He goes from this kind of playboy, very sensual character to someone who's, you know, turning a bit gentle and has a lot more patience and care. And I'm excited for that. Then we have Miss Shayla, who in season 5, I colored her hair purple. And I wanted to kind of continue that, but at the same time, in season 6, she's really found her own. She's really made, kind of figured out who she is and what she wants in her life. And, you know, I think, you know, her just going full brunette again is okay. She's the youngest out of the Lewis siblings. She's about 3 years younger than Connor. And she's kind of worried that, you know, she's not going to be as successful as her older brothers are. And, you know, that scares her and she kind of acts out on it. But anyways, I was hoping to feature her more in Connor's like high school years, so seasons 1 through 3 as Connor's little sister and kind of show her as a child. But I just didn't have time. That's why when I first introduced her in season 4, everyone was like, who is she? I literally mentioned her once in season 1. Once. But she's always kind of been there. So I'm excited that she is definitely featured now. I know a lot of you guys like her. She's my age, which is kind of cool. I can kind of relate to her in that way, and she like works in a coffee shop, which I think is so cool. But her makeover is kind of simple, but I think that's kind of the point of her season 6 storyline. And next we have Lucas, who I really wanted to color his hair again. Not Jack Frost, not like that. No, that was kind of his crisis or his breakdown after his breakup with Brooke in season 4, but definitely wanted to color it again. So you'll see we kind of go with this red kind of tip, red frosted tip look, I guess. Lucas, again, another love-hate relationship character. You know, I am so excited for his season 6 storyline, though. So excited. You guys are going to see him kind of grow a lot. You're going to learn a lot more about his past and his history in season 5. And I know some of you still hate him, but I will make you like him eventually. We're getting there, slowly but surely. He's definitely a character I've grown to love. So, you will too, I assure you. Here we go. Mr. Connor Lewis, my absolute favorite. Love of my life. I am so excited for this makeover. Oops, I think I froze again there, but again, we're just trying to make him look older, but I hated all the facial hair. So we just give him a light little stubble. But I think season 6 is the most the most he's looked like Shawn Mendes, which I think works for sure. I think this flowy hair just really works for him. Yeah, it's so good. He's always had a very casual chill vibe in his style. It's never been super over the top. He wears a lot of t-shirts, black jeans. That's kind of his style. And he looks so good. Connor's supposed to resemble, someone who isn't perfect, but everything he's supposed to do or thinks he's supposed to do is out of his love for Brooke. But, even through love, someone can mess up. And I think that's important to show. And Connor's definitely that character. He, strives to be perfect, kind of because of how he was raised. I mentioned that a lot in season 1. But he's not, and I think that's important to show. And then here we have Miss Brooke. Her makeover is less and less important each season, I think. I think in season 4 she gets extremely confident in herself. And, season 5, it gets to the point of her being very self-centered. However, I think, her confidence is just something we need to keep pushing for, because in season 1, she's not very confident in herself. In season 2, she's still a bit insecure about, her new relationship and just who she's growing to be. And, I think after dating Lucas and having to stand up for herself a lot, she really becomes her own, finally. I think in high school she really depended on what other people thought about her. And she still does in a way, obviously, but I think she's definitely more confident in who she is and who she's grown to be. And unfortunately, a lot of that has been out of loss in her life. And, I think season 6, she's going to make a decision where she's finally like, I need to do something for me and not for, anyone else. Like, I'm hurting and I'm going to admit that, and I need to grow into my own. But I love her, and I think her story is an up and down roller coaster, but very relatable. But that's the end of this video. I hope this was fun to watch. It was fun for me to talk about. And I'm so excited for season 6. And we'll see you later.